Hey everyone, it's been a while, so I figured I would make a video. Something I've been thinking about a lot lately is this whole gun control, gun ownership issue that's been in the public forefront, if you will, particularly ever since this last shooting, or this last alleged shooting in Orlando. There's a lot of hysteria by the liberals or by the establishment media. So we have to get rid of these guns, these assault rifles. Nobody needs an assault rifle. Right, so you want to give the government more power and authority and discretion to confiscate people's guns, to confiscate people's assault weapons, which is so fucking arbitrary. You could say that any object is an assault weapon. Okay, if I go and if I have a car and I drive that car onto a busy sidewalk with a lot of pedestrians, I could do some serious damage to a crowd of people, couldn't I? I can kill like a dozen people. You know, if I drive a big SUV going, 50 miles an hour going up through a busy sidewalk, I can kill a lot of people. Is that now an assault weapon? You see how these terms, these terms and this jargon that they throw at it, so fucking arbitrary. And the way that they spin things, and the way that they manufacture problems, it's that whole concept of problem, reaction, solution, right? So the bastards will create a problem, or create the illusion, or the image, the idea of a problem, as is the case with the Orlando shooting recently, where one person allegedly fucking guns down 50 people, or actually guns down over 100 people and kills half of them, and then in the middle of all of it calls the police and pledges his allegiance to ISIS. All the while the police are setting off bombs to distract him, and they set up a safe zone in the parking lot outside of the club where all these people were getting shot. Not to mention the freaking phony ass accounts of the alleged victims' loved ones, the alleged victims' mothers, supposed eyewitnesses, and all this shit. Oh my god, man! I could have done a better job acting, reading scripts, reading off teleprompters, whatever the hell that they were reading. I mean, how many more times are we gonna get screwed over, guys? Before people start to realize that most of these shootings or terrorist attacks are fucking fake. They're phony. They're completely fabricated. And people are gonna jump down my throat for that, or call me crazy for it. But you know what? You weren't there, motherfucker. You don't even know anybody who was there or who saw it. So all you do is just believe some bullshit that some windbag scumbag reads to you off of a teleprompter on a freaking boob tube called television. And I'm the crazy one for being skeptical. Guys, there is an agenda. There is an agenda to disarm the American public, to disarm the American people. America, like it or not, with all its fucking problems, is really the last bastion of any semblance of freedom on this goddamn planet. And yes, that includes Europe too. Any country where you don't have the right to bear arms to protect yourself, to protect your community, to protect your friends and your family, that is not a free country. I don't give a shit what anyone says. This notion that guns, there needs to be gun control laws enforced by the government, enforced by the state, is completely asinine. It's completely arbitrary too, guys. How many people die in motor vehicle accidents every goddamn year? A lot more people than die from guns in the United States. Look up the statistics. Don't believe me? Look at the damn thing up. Okay? Should they ban cars now? God damn it. I mean, you could say that a motor vehicle is easily just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than a firearm. And with these same people who are pushing for gun control, for government-sponsored gun control, would they say the same thing for cars and motor vehicles? I highly doubt it. Not most of them anyway. This whole... You gotta understand something, guys. Like something I mentioned earlier, the whole problem, reaction, solution agenda, okay? Where the media, the establishment media, the government, the politicians, etc., they create problems, or they create the illusion of a problem, in this case, terrorism. They mold and they shape the public's reaction through their dominance in the media and the academic institutions and their control of the political process of the politicians. And then they propose solutions, or the illusion of a solution, which most of the time, if not always, is just as fucking fabricated as the problem itself, or the alleged problem. And people don't see this because most people just don't have the ability to think critically. They don't have the ability to see through this thin veneer of shit for what it is. It's shit. It's not a fly farm, it's shit. People have been brainwashed to believe that shit on the ground is a fly farm. When it's not a fly farm, it's just a piece of shit. That's all it is. I always like that analogy. It's a good analogy because that's exactly what it is. It's not a fly farm, it's a piece of shit. That's all it is. It's not a solution, it's just another problem. So, my view on gun control is pretty absent. I don't believe that guns should be controlled or regulated by the government or by any other central governing body or entity for that matter. Because the fact of the matter is, we just live in a dangerous world, guys. We live in a dangerous, morally depraved, degenerate fucking planet. No matter where you live. Yeah, it's worse in some places than others. But the ability to bear arms to whatever extent you personally deem necessary to protect everything that you cherish in life and everybody that you cherish in life, it's one of the most fundamental human rights. One of the most fundamental rights of all living creatures on this damn planet. And if you don't see that, you're lost. That's all I'm going to say for now. So if you are a proponent of gun control laws, of gun control measures, enforced by the state, enforced by the government, you are a threat to my freedom. And you are a threat to the freedom of all freedom-loving individuals the world over. So I hope that was clear and concise and to the point. This is under 10 minutes. I believe I got most of my points across, if not all of them. I might make an addendum to this video if I remember anything else, because it's a very important subject that needs to be discussed. So please share your thoughts in the comments down below. Rate the video, share it around. It's a very important subject. And also subscribe if you feel so inclined. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you're all doing well. And we'll talk soon. Peace. Good job.